How's it going, folks? It's been a few days since I've seen the Ramayana teaser trailer.
And whoa,
I've got a lot of stuff to say. Now, first, I got to clarify about a few things. I'm an individual that was born and raised in a deeply red state here in America. So I'm a sucker for all things pop culture that has an emphasis in Hinduism. And it's a major reason for why I saw a movie like Brahmastra like twice in the movie theater. Brahmastra is not a movie that is pushing any boundaries. Really, it's just not. I saw it twice because, it's something new for me, and I genuinely love seeing, Hindu symbolism, just the culture from it in pop culture. So I went and I'm a sucker for these kind of things. Furthermore, I was raised in a Hindu household, but I'm just not used to seeing outside of my household. I'm not used to seeing, tons of cultural relevant stuff regarding the faith, right? I'm sure if you're in India, you're going to see mandirs everywhere. You're going to see, people like even like I'm sure like in cars, people have like, religious symbols rather in their in their rear view mirrors or whatever. You're going to see these kind of things in a country, obviously, that has it as its main religion. So yeah, everything around me is basically churches and the occasional mosque. There is one very small mandir that the local Desi community has set up, but that is around 3 to 4 hours away from where I live. So I don't go there very often. It's been like a handful of times my whole life.
overall, your boy hasn't been able to witness much of his own culture yet.
So whenever I see glimpses, I get happy.
Now, with that out of the way, I did also check out what other folks were saying about this teaser. Now, unsurprisingly to me, this is one of those where you either love the absolute bejesus out of it, or you think this is... So, what do I think? All right. Well, I went into this wanting to love it. I went into this wanting to be at cloud 9 tiers of entertainment, right?
This was going to do something for me, man. I was going to click this, and all my problems were going to be solved.
Okay, no, not that. I had very high expectations. Let's just say that. And then I played the trailer, and then I saw it, and I was like, all right, okay. Very mixed. However, I will say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to elaborate on this. I am not skipping this movie. I'm not even looking at this movie from a negative lens, because this is just a teaser. I'm instead of being at insane levels of hype for this movie, I'm just going to be cautiously optimistic, because look, I just don't want... Because I feel like if I go into this cautiously optimistic, there's no way this movie will let me down, right? Versus if I go into this movie with insane amounts of hype, and if it underdelivers, then I'm going to be like, oh crap, So I'm just setting expectations for myself at this point. All right. So, let me just get the elephant out of the room here real quick. I've seen tons of people complain about the CGI, and yeah, some of the CGI in the teaser was shoddy. Okay. It is what it is. It's straight. I'm gonna be straight up. One of the monsters in the trailer looked like it belonged in The Witcher 3. Now, The Witcher 3 is a pretty game. It still is a pretty game,
But it's 10 years old.
And honestly, I don't want to get too much. I just don't want to get too deep into the CGI, because I really am hoping this is the case where they just had undercooked CGI for the teaser, because at the end of the teaser, when they showed that flying ship thing that has Robin on it, that looks great. You even see him walking on it, and it's just, it looks gorgeous. It looks like it belongs in a flagship film, right? It looks great. So it just makes sense to me that why on earth it doesn't make sense that one scene in the movie looks amazing, everything else is mid. I really do think that the final product is going to have... It's going to at least have way better CGI than what they showed in this teaser. All right, I'm hoping that is the case. I also am of the belief that CGI is not necessarily what will carry your movie, okay? I've seen many cases of great films, that had okay CGI be loved, right? And we've all seen many cases where like a film has tremendous, visual effects, and it just sucks because it ain't got no arms or legs, It doesn't have the story, the performances, the drama, the direction, aka the soul that should be present in any movie. If those components are intact, the Ramayana is going to be fine. It's going to be just fine, okay? It'll be fine. That being said, there's one asterisk, I must say, regarding VFX and CGI and all that crap. There's one asterisk, all right? And that is the Vanar and Hanumanji in this movie. If they fail to give justice to the Vanar,
तो फिर राम ही जाने.
you gotta at least get that right, okay? And I'm hoping they do, and I'm just praying they get that right. And whenever they show it to us, I hope it looks amazing. Lastly, I wanted to cover another elephant in the room with this movie, which is Ranbir Kapoor. Now, what do I think about Ranbir Kapoor? Old Ranbir Kapoor, what do I think about him? Well, I think he's one of the GOATs of Bollywood. I think he is one of the most versatile actors of his generation, and I think that him, alongside Ranveer Singh, Vicky Kaushal, and a few others, at this point should not be questioned in terms of their skill set, because they've proven themselves to be way too good at this point. Yeah, I have no doubt that he's gonna pull it off. I think he's gonna be a great Ram. Bro, you don't hear him say, you don't see him give any dialogues or nothing. All you see in the teaser is one shot of him looking at the camera. All right, well, I don't know what else to say. Like, we got to see the movie. We got to see a trailer of him talking and all, giving dialogue at least.
Overall,
I am just very cautiously optimistic, and I really, really would like to see Hanumanji and the Vanar in the next teaser. I think at this point it's going to be a trailer. It's going to be a trailer one, not even a teaser. That'd be kind of silly. In the trailer, we need to see this 100%. Because another thing that I have a little bit of a concern is, look, I love Sunny Deol, just like I feel like most people, nostalgia wise, are gonna love him, but he is in his 60s, bro, like late 60s, like he's either 65 or 67. So I don't know how they're gonna do this with him. Now, if they're going the route where I've seen some, again, I haven't read any like legit articles on to verify this, but if they're doing it in the sense of like how Josh Brolin did Thanos, where like, he's, then that'll be great. But if they're, I don't know how they're gonna make him do it. If they're actually gonna like rely on him and his like, fluidity and stuff. Have you guys seen Border 2? Have you seen him walking around? Like, I don't know. But if again, like, I'm really hoping they go the route of how, like, Josh Brolin was in, the Avengers. If they do it like that, and they do that's where they were, that's where they would really need to get the CGI right. And if they do that, then great. Amazing. Otherwise, I just can't bear it. Like, oh my God. I'm gonna be honest. I think everybody has PTSD after Adipurush. So, like, I just don't want to see the Ramayana get butchered, bro. I'm gonna be straight. I haven't even seen it. To be fair, I have not. I've skipped it. I didn't watch Adipurush. I didn't watch it at all. I almost did. In fact, I remember the day that movie came out, and I saw like another, like, I think they had like a trailer 3 where it looked kind of decent, and I was like, all right, this is good enough. So I was gonna get into the car with my dad, and we're about to go watch this movie. And before we went to go watch it, like, on Twitter, like, a scene leaked out of how how they had Lord Hanuman speak. He spoke like some Tapori person, and I'm like, hey, what? Like, you guys saw the dialogue, right?
This tere baap ki tere.
I was like, oh, But so I dodged that bullet with Adipurush. So nonetheless, I really, really don't think it's going to be like that, guys. I don't think Ramayana. I really hope and pray, and genuinely do not think that Ramayana is going to be anything even in that vicinity. Okay, just quick early prediction. Let me just do this here. Okay, April 8th, 2026. All right, quick early prediction from 1 to 10. What do I think this movie is going to land on? I think this movie is going to be a solid 8 out of 10. From all I see, objectively, I think like this is going to be like, again, if you of course there's going to be fanboys and stuff for certain actors, but like if you look at the movie, I think the IMDb and all this, the Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's going to be in the 80s. That's what I think. And that's what I hope. But that being said, if the movie turns out to suck and it's another butchered version of the Ramayana, then all I'll say is,
मेरी किडनी में heart attack आ जाएगा रे बाबा.
nonetheless, I am eager to read what y'all think. Anyways,
Bruh.